I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE.
Did you guys see the video of that woman from Georgia who says she's the one that reported the Hyundai workers to ICE? And she fancies herself a hero.
Oh yeah, guys, welcome back to this channel. I hope you're all doing good. Today we are diving into a shocking story that has sparked outrage across communities. Imagine working hard just to make a living, only to find out that someone called ICE on you just because of who you are. Well, that's exactly what happened to a group of Asian American workers after a white woman admitted she made that call, and the reason she gave. Let's get into this. I'll be coming back with more commentaries. Stay tuned.
So there were 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE. But it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep, have no quality of life. It's modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel, and that's just not how it is. It's very bad conditions, very inhumane, and the Biden administration started a humanitarian crisis. So y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run.
How the hell does 475 undocumented illegal immigrants get hired in the first place? Play the clip.
Good morning, and thank you all for coming. My name is Stephen Schrank. I'm the Special Agent in charge of Homeland Security Investigations for the states of Georgia and Alabama. Yesterday, Homeland Security Investigations, in coordination with our law enforcement partners, executed a judicial search warrant as part of an ongoing criminal investigation into allegations of unlawful employment practices and serious federal crimes. This operation underscores our commitment to protecting jobs for Georgians and Americans, ensuring a level playing field for businesses that comply with the law, safeguarding the integrity of our economy, and protecting workers from exploitation.
America first.
The investigation resulted in the arrest of 475 individuals and is focused on ensuring accountability for those who violate the law and uphold the rule of law.
Site, okay? Our Homeland Security, we have a search warrant for the whole site. We need construction, all work to end on the site right now.
Hit the road! Hit the road! Crew Taylor! Lock them up! Lock them up! Hit the road! This is what we voted for. America first. We should be outraged by this. Those are American jobs taken away by illegals. Lock them up! Now, how many executives were arrested for hiring illegals in human trafficking? None of it will matter without any indictments or convictions. Hyundai is a disgrace for hiring illegals over daggone American citizens. I wonder what the unemployment rate is in that area, because every single one of those jobs can now be filled with a hard-working American. Y'all wonder why we say America first. This is what MAGA is. This is what we voted for. Also, that's 475 less Democratic votes. As y'all know, the Democrats are the only ones that holler. The illegal immigrants are the only ones that want to do the jobs that Americans don't want to do. This is unbelievable. Hyundai ought to be ashamed of themselves. There better be some serious fines and audits going on, and heads better be rolling.
Did you guys see the video of that woman from Georgia who says she's the one that reported the Hyundai workers to ICE? And she fancies herself a hero, saving them all from the human trafficking they were experiencing, these horrible working conditions, these low wages, this lack of housing. She thinks she's the hero in this story, saving them from this. And of course she blames Biden. I do not understand the minds of conservatives. They see victims of human trafficking in this story, and their solution to the problem is to first blame Biden and second, arrest the victims. I just don't understand them. So let me show you this. So this is the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. It's a federal law. It prosecutes employers, not the victims, and it prohibits them from having forced labor, basically. There's criminal charges, fines, prison sentences, and then victims can sue for civil damages. Who do you want to bet voted against this? Who do you want to bet? Who do you want to bet that prevents victims from suing their employers? Who prevents victims from getting compensated fairly? Who prevents victims from having fair housing? Who do you want to bet are the politicians that prevent these victims from getting what's due to them? Because what they want to do instead is arrest the victims. These people are the cruelest people. They have no empathy. And also no ability to think logically about situations. I just don't want to be here with these people anymore. They really have no understanding of reality. They live in a completely distorted reality.
Did you know you can pay $5 billion just to get humiliated?
Today we're delighted to report that Hyundai is announcing a major $5.8 billion investment in American manufacturing.
That's exactly what happened to the Hyundai and LG battery factory in Georgia. By the way, it's not Hyundai, it's Hyundai. Over 500 people were taken, and more than 300 people were Korean national. When the president of South Korea met Trump last month, I couldn't even finish the video.
저의 관여로 남북 관계가 잘 개선되기 쉽지 않은 상태인데 실제로 이 문제를 풀 수 있는 유일한 인물이 트럼프 대통령이십니다.
It was so cringe, the way he was kissing and the translator fighting for his life.
So resolving this issue through my engagement is not an easy thing. And the only person that can make progress on this issue is you, Mr. President.
Apparently, they discussed South Korea's future investment in the US, including energy, mineral, infrastructure. But just in 11 days, South Korea media is saying 뒤통수 맞았다, meaning they got stabbed in the back. US media claims that a lot of them overstayed their visa. But the investigation isn't over, so we'll find out more. Korean netizens are furious. Koreans are all about pride. Having our own people being mass detained, that's not gonna sit well with them for the next maybe 10 years. Some are saying shut down the factory, pull out the investment, bring our people back home immediately. And others are saying they believe Korea is being disrespected because we're a smaller country. And some think US is pushing out Korean workers because they want to replace that with US workers, even though the innovation is from Korea. And surprisingly, a lot of them are saying that Trump is trying to punish Korea for attending this Chinese military parade, marking the 80th anniversary ending World War II. And apparently it was anti-West event. Anyway, this is far from over. It will be interesting to see if this will change the relationship between South Korea and the US. We'll find out.
Today we're delighted to report that Hyundai is announcing a major $5.8 billion investment in American manufacturing. In particular, Hyundai will be building a brand new steel plant in Louisiana, which will produce more than 2.7 million metric tons of steel a year, creating more than 1,400 jobs for American steelworkers. And then there'll be major expansion after that. This will be Hyundai's first ever steel mill in the United States, one of the largest companies in the world, by the way, supplying steel for its auto parts and auto plants in Alabama and Georgia, which will soon produce more than 1 million American-made cars every single year. The cars are coming into this country at levels never seen before. Get ready.
Did you see this raid at the Hyundai construction site? Well, this woman is allegedly responsible for the raid. Listen to what she had to say.
So there were 452 illegals, and I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE. But it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep, have no quality of life. It's modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel, and that's just not how it is.
So this is Tory Branham, a Republican candidate for Georgia's 12th congressional district, who as a politician should have thought about how shutting down the single biggest economic investment made by a company in Georgia's history would affect her constituents. This was confirmed by Rolling Stone, and according to the report, Tory recruited a Spanish-speaking union worker who had access to the site to become her informant. After hearing rumors of the construction site using undocumented labor and 3 worker deaths at the site. Ironically, the other workers trusted this union worker because he had previously helped them win lawsuits against unsafe work conditions. So Tory took the rumors and the information from the informants and gave it to authorities. Authorities did say that this was a part of a months-long investigation with multiple agencies, but did not mention that this was started by Tory. And Tory is proud of what she did, saying, quote, "This is what I voted for, to get rid of a lot of," and that word, but not everyone that was detained was undocumented. There are already reports that 2 people that were detained were engineers who came to the US to advise briefly on the work and were planning to go back to South Korea soon. Also, some crossed into the US undocumented, some had visa waivers and were prohibited from working, and some had overstayed their visas. But they didn't go there with the knowledge of who was working undocumented because they were harassing everyone, including people with status. When I first saw her video, I knew that she had no actual sympathy for the workers. Because if she did, she would have found a way to hold the corporation accountable and not send the Gestapo goon after the workers. All she did was help the Trump administration rip more families apart and financially ruin them for her political gain. So like I said in my first video, these are people whose only infraction was probably working without authorization. And I guarantee you that most of them would fix their status if this government didn't keep intentionally making it difficult for people to do so. But like I said before, this government wants to keep people undocumented so they can be exploited, used as pawns in these political games, and are the ones that end up being blamed for everything while the bosses and corporations get off free.
When it comes to the DHS raid on the Hyundai battery factory outside of Savannah, Georgia, I informed you guys yesterday on my opinion, based upon years of being in the South, who I thought would be the ones reporting. And it looks like I was right, with the 12th congressional district candidate for the Republicans now coming out and saying that she was solely responsible for this raid. But there's a bunch of holes in her story, including the types of people that were employed at this site. When questioned and now getting blowback on that, she's saying that the only people that actually care about this are people who don't pay taxes, people not from this country, continuing her racist dog whistles. So it looks like I wasn't far off. I didn't have a congressional candidate on my bingo card for somebody that would have called in, but it doesn't surprise me from this portion of Georgia. What does surprise me is that DHS actually won't come out and say, yeah, they called us and we talked to them. Instead, they're saying, we actually talked to a number of people and this has been a months-long investigation. But even then, what they went in there for isn't actually something that was violated. So their whole warrant was made up to go into this factory, which doesn't surprise me at all. So there's a lot of surprising things in this whole case, but
Before we move further, guys, these Asian workers, they were employed by a construction company. Like so many immigrants in America, they were simply trying to earn a living. But this woman claimed they were being paid what she described as slave wages. Instead of addressing the company responsible or pushing for fair pay, she decided to call ICE, putting these workers' livelihoods and families at risk. So guys, let's get into these remaining clips. I'll be coming back with more commentaries. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
Yeah, remember the 475 illegal people that was working in the Hyundai factory? Guess what? I found a video. Listen to this.
So there were 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE. But it goes beyond just...
Wow, she had the audacity to do that?
To you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep, have no quality of life. It's modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel, and that's
How
just
can
not
you
how it
sleep
is.
at night doing
It's
that?
very bad
Knowing that you
conditions,
did the worst
very
thing ever in
inhumane,
your
and the Biden
life.
administration started a humanitarian.
You should be
So
ashamed.
y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run.
So guys, we can see this lady's admission, her admission quickly went viral, and people, especially Asian Americans, are furious. They are raged. Many see this as another example of racial targeting and scapegoating. Instead of holding corporations accountable for labor exploitation, the blame gets pushed onto vulnerable immigrant workers. And for many, this incident brought up painful memories of how ICE raids have torn families apart in the past. This is not just about one phone call. It's about the bigger issue of how immigrant workers are treated in America. They are often the backbone of industries like construction companies, agricultural industries, or even agriculture in the fields, and also food service. Yet they are also the ones most at risk of abuse, low wages, and discrimination. And when someone like this woman steps in with racial bias, it only adds fuel to the fire. And also another layer to this story is how race plays into these situations. A white woman making accusations against Asian workers is not just about labor. It taps into deeper issues of privilege, power, and also systemic injustice. Some people argue she weaponized ICE as a tool, knowing the impact it will have on immigrants who may not have the same protection as others. So here is the question. Was this lady truly trying to stand up against exploitation, or was this really about prejudice and control? Shouldn't we be demanding accountability from companies that underpay workers instead of targeting those just trying to survive? And at the end of the day, this story is a reminder that justice should mean protecting the vulnerable and not punishing them. So guys, tell me what you think. What do you think about this situation? Do you believe she had good intentions, or was this just another example of racial bias hiding behind concern for slave wages? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much. All credit belongs to the original creators of the video. This video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes, and also entertainment purposes as well. So if you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on notifications so you never miss a story like this. Until next time, stay informed and stay aware. Thank you.